Hello America, my name is Marcus Omar Squires, and today I'm located at the historic Cameron Field, neglected and seemingly abandoned here in Petersburg, Virginia. Please help me and advocate for the preservation of the historic Cameron Field, which is currently threatened by the City of Petersburg and Petersburg City Council, who is neglecting this historic site and allowing it to fall into a dangerous state of disrepair. The field was originally once a part of the estate of George Cameron, whose family's lands surrounded the area. George and his brothers, William and Alexander, of the Cameron family, were the largest tobacco producers in Petersburg, India, and Australia. William's castle stood atop the hill known as Mount Aaron, overlooking the stadium, while George's home was across the street from the Sycamore Street entrance. Both of the brothers were philanthropists, and George donated Cameron Field to the city of Petersburg in 1933. Cameron Field was the home of the Petersburg High School football team for over 60 years. Some of the greatest players in the Commonwealth of Virginia competed on this historic field. Players like Eric Tipton, Harry Hartman, Paul Webb, Charlie Willis, Ed Motley, Buck Kitchen, Marvin Bass, and Earl Hopkins. Ronnie Erb, one of the greatest running backs in Central District history, played for Petersburg High School back in the late 1960s and was heavily recruited by numerous college teams. Brothers Ricky and Lamont Hundley led Petersburg High School to a state championship in 1979. The Hundley brothers turned out to be two of the best defensive players in the school's history. Ricky held the following positions in the NFL: the linebackers coach for Marvin Lewis and the Cincinnati Bengals. For years, Cameron Field was recognized as one of the finest football stadiums in the Commonwealth of Virginia. The brick used for the stadium came from an old reservoir in Petersburg and was built during President Roosevelt's Work Progress administration. The Petersburg High School football team would eventually move its home games back on campus, where the new high school was built on Johnson Road. In November of 2000, historic Cameron Field sprang back to life when the Petersburg Academic Sports League played its first annual All-Star football game there. In November of 2001 through 2009, the East Coast Bowl made its debut at Cameron Field. Despite all of the history and pride behind Cameron Field, the city of Petersburg is still allowing it to fall apart. Currently, the field house is about to fall into Lieutenant's Run. In today's economic state, the field house would cost over $1 million to rebuild. Can Petersburg allow this field house to fall into Lieutenant's Run? The pedestrian bridge and the wall next to the door to the field house have already fallen into the creek. The city also has a sewer pipe running into Lieutenant's Run coming from the field house. Is this okay, America? The historic scorekeeper's booth is also threatened by Lieutenant's Run. One more large flood and the footings will be washed away with the scorekeeper's booth. Can Petersburg afford to rebuild this structure if it falls into Lieutenant's Run? Simpler scorekeepers' booths have been valued at hundreds of thousands of dollars to build. Does Petersburg have the money to replace this asset if it collapses? The historic brick bleachers from President Roosevelt's work program are also threatened with collapse, as shown here. The city must act to save and secure Cameron Field. The city of Petersburg was recently awarded millions of dollars from the federal government through the American Rescue Plan Act. Yet, the city has not addressed the concerning issues with Cameron Field. The facility was once the pride of Petersburg and the envy of the surrounding localities. And now, if action does not take place soon, this historical asset may disappear. Please share this video with a friend or family member and let them know parts of Cameron Field could soon be gone if the city of Petersburg and Petersburg City Council does not act.